oddball, the neglected, the outcast, the rejected. We're all here to celebrate and decorate. Rebels in the wonders and strain. Whenever we are here, we see clear, there's no fear. Into the steady, every nerd has a voice to be heard. 'Cause here everyone's there's no need to be a packlet. We've done away with all the hatred. Every show you love is here. So kick back and grab a beer. There's plenty of discussion, no agenda that we're pushing. We're just here to celebrate and decorate. Rebels in the wonders and strain. Whenever we are here, we see clear, there's no fear. Into the steady, every nerd has a voice to be heard. 'Cause here everyone's a third. We are a sci-fi menagerie. We've got every alien from A to Z. We know this is where you want to be. We're the greatest channel in the galaxy. And decorate. Rebels in the wonders and strain. Whenever we are here, we see clear, there's no fear. Could it steady, every nerd has a voice to be heard. 'Cause here everyone's a third. A third. Oh yeah. A third.
Hey guys, Michael J. Crawford, exhausted but good to see you, the anti-tricker here. Thomas was first in the house. Alexander says hi. Bradley says up everybody. Thomason says sent some good news on Twitter. I saw that, Thomas, just a moment ago, and thank you, my friend, for the update. So I know that the anti-kid will be excited when it arrives. I'm not telling him about it until he gets it. Renegade says afternoon. How you doing? John Meyer says hi. Mike Richard says greetings from Columbus, Ohio. How you doing, Mike? Chrono says damn, Sassy needs quite the break. Not sure. Oh, well, that's Auntie. Sassy would be Bird of Prey's dog. Auntie is diligently sleeping as usual. That's what she does. Jeff is putting in a sad face. Oh, what's wrong, Jeff? Come on, buddy. You gotta perk up a little bit every now and then. Come on, every day can't be a bad day. Well, I guess every day could be a bad day, but I hope every day is not a bad day for you. Richie says hello to Chrono. Zachary says hello, Anti-Tricker. How was your day? Exhausting. I will tell you, work, we had all sorts of weird technical glitches and stuff going on with the systems, and it was very, very frustrating. And then of course there was a little bit of Discord drama through the day, which was whatever. But then there's also the whole thing with the knee in the back. This has been a very rough week for me as far as my back is concerned. It seems to be settling down a little bit now to where I can actually sit up for more than an hour or two at a time, but not by much. 47 New York Times says vote Crystal Skull 2021 indeed, and Joe Biden puts in $1. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Good morning, sir. I just heard of another Trump failure, the Hindenburg. This disaster will not happen when I am senator. Vote Trump 2023. Number 22.
Thank you, Joe Biden.
It was like, you have a pack.
Yes, thank you. And then where were we? John, haven't seen you in a while. It says, Krapla, how you doing, John? Jeff Franklin says, Captain Kirk, Spock, Bones, Uhura, Works of Phones, Federation, Constitution, 1701. I don't have a Pianodean voice, or could I even try right now? But yes, indeed, best song ever. Chrono says, yo. Richie Poole says, greetings. And Donnie says, hello, Michael, and happy Superman Day. This among the live streams I'm watching along with this. Now, come on, Donnie. Stop putting other live streams in that are streaming right now while I'm just starting my live stream. It's bad form, buddy. Bad form. Life with Matthew says, good evening. How you doing, Matthew? Hope that you are surviving your initial watch through of Runaway. Donnie then is talking to Matthew. Chrono says, I thought Sassy was a spy. Sassy is a spy, but that is Auntie. Your volume seems a little low. Let me just, I don't know. I'll try. I don't want it to distort, so I don't want to crank it all the way up. But yeah, see if that's any better. Where was I? LDG says, fun time, evening, Ed Trigger. How you doing, my friend? Biden knows his stuff. Well, he knows something, but I'm not sure it's his stuff. And Zachary says, yep, Auntie is definitely a professional sleeping dog, but open up that bag of treats and Auntie is ready to fly. Indeed. Yeah, if I just touch the bag of treats, Auntie is awake. I don't think Biden is a meth head, JP, to be fair. I think he's more into Quaaludes. And Tiki says, Jeff, lives matter. They do indeed. JP says, and jives in Jibtown and lives in Jibtown. Not sure what that means. One gas bag worried about another anti-trigger. Biden, 1937. Was that John Ronson? Yes, indeed. Whoops, my apologies. That's all right, Danny. Just come on now. You know, I understand you want to prop up your friends and everything, and that's totally cool. I get that, but at the same time, it's just kind of it's kind of considered bad form to show up on a live stream and immediately post a link to another live stream. It feels like you're trying to say, "Don't watch this, go over here." You see what I'm saying? JP says, good fine day, sir. Good fine day to you, my friend. Richie says volume is better. Okay, Donnie says, hello, Michael, and happy Superman Day. Is today Superman Day? I'm not sure what Superman Day signifies. Is that like the day Superman, like Action Comics #1 came out? The day Superman the movie came out? What Superman Day are we celebrating? Live with Matthew says, it's not the easiest episode I've reviewed so far. Yes, I know. Runaway is going to be, I tell you, this is probably going to be the most unbalanced good to negative score so far. And your volume is better now. Good. I think Biden is into Tic Tacs. I would not be surprised. Robert says, hello, Trek Yards. Hello, Trek Yards. See, I didn't see him. Oh, sorry, wrong. Yeah, you got me. Hello, Trigger. Hey, Robert, you really got me. That was so bad. Anti-Trekker lives matter. Well, they do, but so does Chief Cook lives and everybody else here. Nerd lives matter. How about that? But how about, you know? And here's the thing. I don't want to steal the thunder of the Black Lives Matter movement. The initial Black Lives Matter concept, I am a supporter of. I've always said that my only real problem with the Black Lives Matter movement, and I'm not talking about Antifa or any of the people that are out there rioting or any of that crap, right? I'm just talking about the core Black Lives Matter concept. My only problem with it is they should have named it just one syllable different, and it would not have a lot of problems that it has. It should be called Black Lives Matter 2. But, because unfortunately what happens is a lot of people, and that's where this white lives matter, blue lives matter, whatever, all lives matter, nerd lives matter, all that stuff. The problem is that it's the meaning of the movement was not to say that only black lives matter. It was to say that, hey, we matter as well. Because everybody cares if a person of this group dies or a person of this group dies, but what about black people? And I'm totally on board with that. But if they just called it Black Lives Matter 2, it would have resonated better, I think, among some people. Because I do think that some people see it as a slight against others. Sci-Fi Guy says, hello, how you doing, my friend? Superman Day is every June 12th. Yeah, but what is it the anniversary of? That's what I'm asking. Runaway was such garbage. Everything about that episode was stupid. I'm going to be very interested to see what Life with Matthew manages to come up with that's good about the episode. Aside from, the visual effects here are really good. Yeah, that'll only go so far. And LDG puts in a couple of bucks.
I leave live streams for you. Trek Life.
Well, geez, LD, you stream for 16 hours a day, so there's no way to live stream on YouTube without crossing streams with you. Di says, my apologies for my possible meltdown among the things I'm supposed to avoid. Hey, that's, you didn't melt down. That's all right. Alexander says, all lives matter. They do, but I get it. Like I said, I understand the meaning behind Black Lives Matter. It's just that the problem is that that's a poor choice of words, really. Chronos says all lives matter. Chief Cook says, hey, Checker, how the ship? Funny, there's actually a print going right now. That I'm printing specifically for taking pictures of. It's a little larger than the ones that are going to go out, but I want to get a little more detail on it. But yeah, it's coming along very good, Chief. Or not Chief. Wow. I'm just I lost, it was you. Okay, Chief. See, that's how much I'm losing it today. How did ants take over 7 blocks of Seattle, and why did they name an army base after Commandant Fingers? Surf? No idea what you're talking about there. Black Lives Matter 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, I don't think that would go over too well. And Zachary says, I think the thing is we want all lives to matter, but until Black Lives Matter, then all lives truly don't matter. That is a very, very fair assessment. And I get that, and I am with that. All right. And so I hope that, anybody that thinks if I do make the occasional, I actually have a shirt. It's funny because Mrs. Ainstricker actually got it for me, but it says red shirt, or what was it? Red shirt lives don't matter. I have a shirt that says that. Life with Matthew says, my issue with Black Lives Matter is they make money, people donate to them, and overwhelmingly use it to support white Democrat candidates. Well, here's the big problem there, and I understand what you're saying, Life with Matthew, and that's the thing. Black Lives Matter started out as this grassroots organization to fight racial injustice, and for that, I am 100% on board. Unfortunately, what it's kind of evolved into is a political action committee that collects money and donates it to Democrats. And you're right, mostly white Democrats. And I'm sure that, Joe Biden, among others, is getting plenty of money from that particular group. And that is unfortunately some very effective propaganda put forth by the Democratic Party over the years, where people actually genuinely believe that it is the Democrats that passed civil rights. They genuinely believe it's Democrats that ended slavery. They genuinely believe that the Democrats care about them, but the Republicans don't. And the problem is the Republicans don't do anything to help themselves, because while the Republicans believe, at least as far as their ideology, and philosophically I agree with the concept, the Republicans believe in an egalitarian society where they say it really doesn't matter what color you are. The problem is that here's what the Democrats do. They say, see, they don't care about you. I care about the black kids in the inner city and blah, blah, blah. They don't care because they want to help everybody. And the Democrats have been very good at using that as a weapon. Tim says, actually, my friend, and I read their mission statement. I don't think that is straightforward as they try to advertise. Let's move to Chaz. Let's move to Chaz. I'm not sure what you mean. And you were talking about Black Lives Matter. Well, like I said, I'm not talking about the political group that it evolved into. I'm talking about the grassroots organization that it started. Donnie says, of course saying Black Lives Matter doesn't mean only Black Lives Matter, but Black Lives Matter with others. Yes. The visuals on Runaway are garbage. Such a lazy director. Well, good luck then. Does the killer plant from the Little Shop of Horrors matter also? Good question. So the question would be, do fictional characters' lives matter? And I would say less than real people. Bird of Prey 5 couldn't figure out why Vivi was against him. He didn't even know who she was, even though I talk about her so often. So another mark against him on top of him being the dictator Kuroda. Exactly, Valor. If Bird doesn't know who Vivian is, then he's not paying attention to your chats, which doesn't surprise me. And Joe Biden puts in another $1. Thank you, Joe.
I got him! Great pin! Don't get cocky!
Black Lives Matter unless they vote Republican. Democrat cities are so much better run. I can run fast, but I can't walk fast.
Indeed. And Captain Foley is in the house. Good to see you, Captain. It's funny because we mentioned you earlier, so it's like one of those things you say Trek Yards 3 times and Captain Foley magically appears. Long live Kuroga, death to Turdistan. Wrong answer. Renegade says red shirts don't matter except for Uhura and Scotty. Well, actually, Scotty is the one red shirt who died and lived to tell about it. So, yeah, Scotty was actually killed. So, yes. Chrono says, don't speak for me. All right, I won't speak for you. Daniel's Hot Top says, I am watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5. In the start of the season, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are sent 90 years into the future where Earth is destroyed and the Kree enslaved humanity. Interesting. And Captain Foley says, hey, it's Anti-Tracker. I know that guy. Indeed. I am the one that has hair.
I got him! Great pin!
Lots
Don't
and
get
lots
cocky!
of hair.
Shirtless Foley for the win super chat.
No, I'm not going shirtless.
Why
Sorry.
not?
I'm not bold
free.
like you. Stop it! There you go. Oh man, there you go. Thank you, my friend, Josh. But good to see you, Captain Foley. Honestly, I hope you are doing well, my friend. Multi-Gun Man says, hey, how's it going? I am, yeah, I'm here. I'm still alive. That's a good thing. Jeff says, Trek Yards, what's an anti-trekker? Well, that would be me. You know, you are on my stream, you know. Richie says, who is Vivian? Vivian, you don't know who Vivian is. Well, Vivian is Mrs. Valor. So Chaz is a Capitol Hill autonomous zone, the place in Seattle where the anarchists took over. Oh, I did not know that. And man says Chaz, Capitol Hill autonomous zone, newly declared independent zone in Seattle, carved out by activists. Be interesting to see how long it lasts. And let's see, it's a zone annexed by Antifa activists in Seattle, 6-block area that's declared, they declared it their own country. It really is hilarious. Yeah. That's not going to work. I mean, basically what they're going to end up doing, if they seriously want to suggest that that is their own country, then that means that, Trump calling in the military and bombing them out of existence would be completely justified, because that would be the equivalent of a U.S. invasion. Daniel says, I'm up to episode 10 or 11 or 12. I'm not sure. There are 25 episodes in the season. However, even if the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. go back to the present and prevent the destruction of Earth. Okay. I'm not sure what you're saying. Why are we talking about Trek Yards? Someone said, hey, Trek Yards. Oh, sorry, wrong chat, just to mess with me. That's just kind of fun.
him! Great pin!
But we talk about you all the time. And Nightbreeze puts in a
Sorry,
couple.
I have to cut back my SC. All hail Hypnote.
Nightbreeze, that's totally understandable, and you know my number one rule around here has always been, I want all your money, but I only want the money you can afford to give. So do not give if you can't afford to. I don't expect everybody to super chat every night, but I truly appreciate it, Nightbreeze. And You want me to do the hypno turd? Killing me with the hypno turd.
When a humble turd.
And oh, wrong one. All hail the hypno turd. You must give to the hypno turd. The hypno turd is love. The hypno turd is life. The hypno turd is in your brain. Your mind belongs to the hypno turd because your mind is the hypno turd. There you go. Tim says Chaz is a legit thing. Well, that's silly, but we'll see what happens. Speaking of Kronos, I think Canadian nerds and trekkers are the best choice. Interesting choice of words there. Can I sell my hair? I don't know. Can you? Mona says, I sent you a supercut at the start of the stream. It shows as complete on my end through PayPal, Google. Let me see, because obviously if I didn't see it, Mortimus. Let me go to the dashboard and see if it shows it. And because here's the thing, is that if I don't see it, that you may have sent the money to Google, but Google didn't send the money to me. And let me double check here. Yeah, Mortimus, it definitely, there is no super chat from you that came through to me. So I would say this, and I'm just being serious for a moment. If you put in a super chat and it takes money out of your account, then you need to file that as a fraudulent charge because Google did not send me a dime. And Tim says, what do you think about the Dems taking a knee wearing African stoles that represent an African nation known for selling their own people into slavery? I think the Democrats are just very good at doing things that make it look like they care. That's what they do, and they do it better than the Republicans. Dan says, multiverse theory, if you are a post-apocalyptic Earth and you go back to the present and prevent whatever happens, the timeline will just branch off and you will prevent the new time. Yes, that's true. I thought Chaz was Sonny and Cher's son. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Chaz. Builds a warp reactor powered by mixing Steve Shives and Anti-Trekker across Folger's crystals. You know, I'll bet that would work. Will we need passports to visit Chaz? No, because Chaz will be eliminated. I never super chat. Well, that's okay. Yeah, you have in the past. That's all right. You will prevent the new bunch of timelines where the apocalyptic timeline you came will always exist, and the people in that timeline are screwed. So it's done. It's done. And Captain Foley puts in $5.49.
All hail Trek Yards.
And says all hail Trek Yards. Wow. Just a mean thing to do. And just for that, we'll play a little Canadian O Pray.
Winter come, and we cut hole in ice, and we use it for fishing. We fish for the fish under the ice, and then we see the baby seals come. We go pop, 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 pop. We play musical baby seals. Always killing the baby seals. I don't know why. My father did it, and my father's father, and his father's father's father. Oh, they all did it. All the way back to the War of 1812.
So there you go. Bird O Prey 5, or Canadian, Canuck O Prey, I think is what he's called. Canuck O Prey 5 demonstrates that, yes, all Canadians like to bop, bop, bop the baby seals. Thomas says Antifa put walls and carry AR-15s when farmers did this a few years ago. They were a big government. There was a big government response. The mayor of Seattle refuses to do anything. Of course, because the mayor of Seattle agrees with them. So are they actually, if they're carrying AR-15s, I'm sorry, that is an invasion of the United States of America, and Trump should send the army. Crow says, I don't believe in the Google. Well, it does exist. And they're saying it's written in stone. Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't believe time travel is even possible, but based on what they've shown in the Marvel Universe, you're correct. You cannot change the timeline. You cannot change your own past. Man of Sad says, maybe Kuroga and Turdistan should seek diplomatic relations with Chaz. Indeed. And Mortimus, this time I see it, my friend. 10 Canadian, and there it is.
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
Okay, Anti-Trekker, one more time. This is for your printer fund. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you, Mortimus, and I truly, truly appreciate that. And I'll tell you, it's exciting to see what these printers are capable of. Captain Foley, if you're still here, let me show you what I got right here. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. So I'm actually trying to print a few of them so that I have a couple in stock when I start mailing them out. If Kurogan could cut wood, how much wood could a Kurogan cut? Well, the problem is that if a Kurogan tried to cut wood, they would accidentally cut themselves.
Hello, world.
That's why they have the orphans do everything. And Thomas Potts puts it a buck. Thank you, my friend.
Don't get cocky!
Sub to Foley, his videos are so fucking good.
So you're saying that the Dems are better at looking like total assholes? Well, not necessarily. Well, that's the thing is that they're better at giving the appearance of caring about various groups. They make it a point, and some of it, they do this very effectively. Like, Trek Yards, thank you so much.
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
The sheer plucking hubris.
And yes, I do. Shielding. Not sure what you mean by shielding. So, what do you mean by shielding? Anyway, but thank you, Captain Foley. Thank you, my friend. And now I completely. Oh yeah. So as far as the Democrats, here's the thing: they make a point of it, and this is the honest truth about how they do it, and it's very smart. If a Democrat sees a situation like what happened with Mr. Floyd, right? The Democrats will swoop in, start screaming about all the social injustice, start talking about how we need more programs to help black people in the inner city and stuff like that. And even though what they're saying is unrealistic, what they're saying sounds really, really good to the people who are suffering right now. And Thomas puts in $1.99. This is going to become a thing, isn't it? He's showing Captain Foley the proper way to put things in the super chat to make the voice say the wrong thing.
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
Sofa King hubris.
Yes, that's how you do it. More shielding on your ship. Wait. What do you mean more shielding? Where am I lacking shielding? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, like, show me where the shield emitters are I mean, like, as far as navigational deflectors, they're all over the place, right? I got one there, I got one there, I got one there, I got one there. I got two in the back. So I'm not sure what you mean. And I will listen to you, but I'm just not sure what you mean. So now you're face palming because I don't know what you're talking about. So maybe we'll have to talk one of these times, Captain Foley, because I'm not sure what you mean. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so yeah, as far as the Democrats, real quick. So what they do is, so they see an incident, something bad like that happens, they zoom in, they go there and they say, look at the injustice. We need to do something about this. We need a new law that's going to help prevent this, even though there's not, what the officer did was already against the law. He used excessive force. I think that the third-degree murder charge is an appropriate charge for what happened and all that. So where the Republicans, what they don't do well is when a situation like that happens, they say, well, wait a minute, let's do a full investigation. Let's find out what happened, and let's charge the appropriate crime to the person who committed this heinous act. And the problem is, swooping in and saying, let's set up 1 million government programs to help people in the inner city sounds a lot more appealing than, wait, let's make sure that we're doing the right thing. And that's just a fact. And so the Democrats have been very, very good at basically showing how much they care by pretending that a bunch of government programs are going to fix their problems. All right, enough on that. And let's see. You ought to draw and trigger a new risk map that includes Karoga, Kurdistan, and Chaz. That would be interesting. The Democrats back down on defunding the police campaign and have wisened up to reform. I don't know what's going on there, to be honest, but I hope you're right. Tim says, okay, I'm back, and I came into Canadian Bird of Prey. Oh, God, yes. My brain hurts now after Canuck O'Prey 5. Well, it does kind of hurt your brain. You stole me a naked dancing lore because I super chatted. Yeah, indeed, Valor. I will do that today. You will get your naked dancing lore today as soon as I get caught up here. Unfortunately, the Dems are wanting to Trump send the army. If he does, it will turn politically against him. That's probably true. But you know what? If the mayor of Seattle's not going to do anything about it, then it really... Here's the thing. So first, the mayor of Seattle should be doing something about it. If they refuse, then it falls upon the governor of Washington. If they refuse to do it, then it should be Trump. Timer travel is indeed possible, but you can only move forward a second at a time. Well, actually, you can move forward at varying rates, but you can only move forward. That's the important thing. T-Brick says, Answer is afraid of Kryptonians, 3D printing kryptonite. Indeed, I am. I bet Captain Foley still thinks you need better shielding. Why do I need better shielding? I don't get it. What am I missing here? Honestly, the best way to combat Chaz is cut off their water and power since they are their own country. Seattle isn't obligated to support them and then blockade them in. That's true. That's actually not bad. And then Trekyard says, more shielding on your ship, man. Listen to me, damn it. I'm still trying to figure out what you're talking about. Trekyard is face palming. Daniel says, please, Andrew, can you watch it? Season 5 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's really great and will make you wonder where the F are the Avengers and why did they not show up? Well, I can answer that because the Avengers are making movies, not TV shows. But, although they are making TV shows on Disney Plus now. Honestly, Daniels, it'll be a long time coming before I get around to watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Star Tours is canon. Deal with it. Well, Star Tours just takes place during the Death Star battle. I don't buy the fake caring, says Kronos. Well, I know you don't, but a lot of people do. The Democrats sound an awful lot like the libtards in Canada. Well, I don't know anything about the Liberal Party in Canada, so I can't speak to that. Kronos just got the notification. Well, better late than never, right? From your community chat, I enjoy your live streams. I will support your decision. I appreciate that, Thomas. And you know what? I'm not doing it just for any, I know there are a couple of people that have been outspoken saying it, but you know what? They make a legitimate point. And that's why I'm going to try this change and see if it helps. Well, what if eventually moving forward takes you back to the beginning? Yeah, that's not how it works. Antriga needs more cowbell. Indeed, I do need more cowbell. I think Checkyards has a hard-on for Shields. Well, the problem is I'm trying to figure out what is he suggesting, and Captain Foley, if you're still here, what are you suggesting I'm actually missing from the model? Actually, let me try this. If we go to game screen, all right, so I'll move this. So there, now you see there's a nice shot of the ship. What exactly are you suggesting is missing from this image? Besides, me. Hopefully, Captain Foley is there. What did you think of Space Force? What was the reason Naird's wife was in prison? They never, ever reveal why Naird's wife was in prison. If you want my true opinion of Space Force, I posted a review of it on my channel. Ensign, activate plot shields. Yes. So yeah, I'm still confused as to what Captain Foley thinks I'm missing. Let me see. I don't know if you'll be able to see. You should be able to see my mouse cursor. So see, there's navigational deflectors and stuff right there and there, and then there's a shield grid just like on the classic Connie on this along the saucer and on the underside as well. So I'm not sure. You said in the message to me that I had no forward shield. Oh, that must have been an earlier version of this that was lacking shields, and then you said that was stupid, and so I put shields on it. So that's probably what we're talking about then. All right, let me go back and confirmed. Andy Trigger is going to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, maybe eventually, but like I said, it's not super high on the priority list. I'll tell you what I'm doing right now, just so you guys know. Okay, so the Hulk review will continue for a little while longer because obviously we're on part 3. It's probably going to be about 8 to 10 parts total. And then next week I will also be releasing part 1 of my epic mega Star Wars review, which is going to cover all of these Star Wars films in chronological order. And that's going to be a massive undertaking, but I do want to put kind of in context the relative failure of Last Jedi. We bitch about Last Jedi a lot, but really, pound for pound, how does it stack up compared to, say, The Phantom Menace? Right? If we're trying to be objective about it, it's easy to get emotional about the fact that they ruined Luke Skywalker. I'm the first person to complain about that. Don't get me wrong. But I want to go scene by scene, point by point, like I do in my objective subjective reviews, and I am going to run through the entire Star Wars saga, and then we will see how each film stacks up. My favorite film may not get the most points. My least favorite film may not get the lowest score. I don't know. Because it's fun. That's one thing I love about doing the objective subjective reviews, because I genuinely don't know what the final score is going to be until it's tallied up at the end. And so I'm very curious to see how they do stack up. I would be, if I was a betting man, I would pretty much bet my entire life savings that Empire and Jedi are going to be the top 2. And back to it. Auntie's not staring at me. Yay! Well, yeah, Auntie has got her head turned this time. It's kind of creepy. Auntie is a sweet dog. I love Auntie to death, but very creepy. She actually sleeps with her eyes open, and it's just kind of really disturbing sometimes. A couple of people, it's just that guy with California disease. No, that was one of them. He was the most vocal, but he's not the only one that said it and agreed with him. Shields, we don't need no stinking shields. Well, you do need shields. I got it. He wants you to put more plating grid on the saucer. The plating grid is supposed to be the shield grid. Yeah, and I did add that, and that's what I guess he missed, is that it's hard to see, but if you zoom in, you can see there is a shield grid on both the upper and lower part of the saucer. Because, of course, classic Trek, that is indeed the shields. What is exactly a blade of armor? It is armor that instead of allowing force to penetrate into the vehicle in question, the armor itself kind of breaks off in order to absorb all that energy. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Andrew is missing the bird of prey, crashing it into an asteroid or mountain. It's missing bird of prey, crashing it into an asteroid or a mountain. Well, that's why bird of prey will never be allowed to sit at the helm. And Trekard says, "Yay, you listen to me." Yes, I take your advice very seriously, Captain Foley. One of your warp engines is upside down. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's the way it's supposed to face. Remember, there is no up or down in space. And the important thing about the warp engines is not what direction they face as much as that they are symmetrical. And by the way, and Captain Foley can confirm this, or if he so chooses, if I switch the screen back over, this ship does indeed follow the unofficial / official rules of starship design. So as far as the placement of the warp engines, the placement of the bridge, all that good stuff follows the rules of Trek design. And I'm quite proud of that fact, actually. All right, let's see. I went to town today with my mom, tried to go to the gas station, and they said I could not even go inside without a face mask, and they cannot go into Walmart either. Well, Daniel, some places are being tight about it, some places aren't. And so, you know what? That's honestly, I don't blame. If I had a business right now, I would require people wear face masks. I absolutely would. Captain Foley was not ignored by the anti-trekkers. Celebrate the good times. Yes, it does happen. Joseph says, Return of the Jedi is in the top 2. Well, actually, for my personal preference, as far as I was just picking like randomly which ones I cared about, Return of the Jedi would be my number 1. It's my absolute favorite Star Wars film. Robert says, does your review also include the Droids animated TV series? Is that series canon, though? I do not believe the Droid animated TV series is considered canon, but no, I'm only doing the films. So I'm not doing Clone Wars or Rebels or even Mandalorian. But I'm doing all of the Star Wars films, starting with Phantom Menace, chronologically working through, which means the order of films will be Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Solo, then Rogue One, then Star Wars, Empire, Jedi, and then the new trilogy. And so that will be the order we watch them in. You can sleep with your eyes open. Some people actually can. I've never known a human that's done it, although apparently my wife's stepfather used to sleep with his eyes open, I believe. Andrew hates First Contact so much he will make a Star Wars movie list. Yes, indeed. There you go. That's all it is. Captain Foley is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't know that. Oh, because he wants S.H.I.E.L.D. And check out to say, I'm not talking about the S.H.I.E.L.D. grade. No, I know you were talking about I assume you were talking about the nav deflectors and stuff, but the ship is designed to basically be an effective starship for its day. But it is designed to be part of a fleet action. It's not really, it's not a heavy cruiser, all-purpose vessel or anything. Jeff says, I believe you're missing one theatrical Star Wars movie. Don't think so. There were the 3 prequels, the 3 original, the 3 sequels, Solo, and Rogue One. And that, I'm not missing one, am I? Trekker says, yes, it follows the rules. The rules are BS, but you have followed the rules. I know the rules are BS. If there was a reason not to follow the rules, I would have gone with design over the rules. But yeah. And Trekker I got a haircut today. It feels like I lost 50 pounds. Yeah, if you have a lot of hair and you get a cut, it can definitely you can feel it. But the Avengers exist in the same timeline as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Even if you want to make the argument that after the Avengers we get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and that timeline branches off. Well, here's the thing, Daniels. I get what you're saying. It is technically in the same timeline, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at best is soft canon. You will have a lot of references back to Avengers, or back, mentioning stuff that happens in the Avengers film on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You will almost never hear anything that happens exclusively on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. mentioned in Avengers. Why? Because they don't care. Zachary says, once in a while, Trekker follows the rules, but let's not make that a regular thing. Yes, it will not be a regular thing. If you're going with the films, then you have to count the 2008 animated movie Star Wars: The Clone Wars. You're talking about the animated film. I guess I could, as much as I don't care for it. I mean, if you really want to be nitpicky about it, I guess, but is there really a reason to include that? Does it really add anything to it? I mean, and then people will start bitching that I'm not doing all of the Clone Wars. Since that movie was basically just the first, 4 or 6 episodes of Clone Wars, right? Or I think it was 4. I had an uncle that slept with his eyes open. My family was playing cards. My mom tried to talk to my uncle, and he was asleep. Yeah, it's really creepy. The Avengers, I already read that. Or did you put it twice? I don't know. Yeah, I think you don't repeat comments. It throws me off. Jeff says Star Wars Clone Wars is a theatrical movie. Yeah, I don't want to. You forgot the 2 Ewok movies? No, I did not. I'm not including the Ewok movies. And I'm not... seeing a few people's eyes open while asleep, it's freaky when they're under anesthetic. Oh, yeah, I could see that. Lando, or was that canceled? Lando the movie? I don't know if they're going to do a Lando movie. I don't care. Trek Wars 5, The Kuroga Strikes Back. Yes. That would definitely be it. At least Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't limp canon. Is that a thing? I don't even know. However, this is a thing that is owed. It's whoops, didn't do that. Why did I do that? Hold on. Is that it? No, it's this one.
I may have a
The board vessel's moving into range.
On screen.
It's not clean. Repeat, I do not have a clean Take the bloody
There you go. We are even. And while that was playing, Trek Yards put in another $2.79. Look. Hello, world.
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky!
And you see, that one got censored by the system there, Captain Foley. So, yes, you want to go... you want to do it the way that Thomas did. This is the way Thomas did it.
Hello,
Oh, is it not going to play that now?
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky!
Wow, I guess it just won't play it on the replay on me. Well, he said the sheer fucking hubris. So I'm not sure if it would work or not. Hello, world. Yeah, it just doesn't like it.
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky!
Why is it playing again? Stop. Shut up. Jeez, make it stop.
Got him! Don't get cocky!
I can't make it stop. Are you done? Oh, come on! Sorry, guys. That was not intentional.
Don't get cocky!
Alright, so, back to it. I think that's it. No? Really? How many times are you going to play?
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky!
You better be done now. Okay. Wow. Sorry about that. Anyway. So I'm sorry, Captain Foley, that one didn't take. I don't know why. So I'm not sure if FA Space King would work or not, but I know that Sofa King does work. So Tim says, but the Ewok movies exist. You can't forget them. I won't let you. Nope. Not going to happen. ever, and I don't care. They were ABC television, made-for-television movies. They don't count. Do you think a RoboCop slept with his eyes open? Don't know. Well, Jay, S.H.I.E.L.D. is a secret organization. The Avengers wouldn't talk about it unless necessary. In fact, S.H.I.E.L.D. helped in Age of Ultron providing the rescue helicarrier. Actually, at that point, as far as the Avengers were concerned, S.H.I.E.L.D. had been disbanded. And as far as the Avengers are concerned, Agent Coulson is dead. So, yeah. That's a thing. Any checker should include Star Wars Christmas Special. Can't get a legitimate copy of it, so I can't include that. Oh my eyes, there should be a viewer advisory warning for that video. There is!
Hello, world.
Okay, looks like it'll read it this time, maybe.
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky!
The sheer fucking hubris, take 2.
Well, I guess it did work. So you have to decide whether you think Fa Space King is better than Sofa King. Yeah, you said it, Auntie. After seeing that, I believe the rumors of Lord being a shaved Sasquatch are true. Yes, indeed. I would agree with that. A few days ago, I bought Black Panther, and someday I will buy Captain Marvel. Well, you know, of those two movies, you've got the better one. Just as Ed Trigger's lost control. Yes, I know. Spell fucking as P-H-U-C-K-I-N-G. Yeah, I don't know if it'll edit that one or not. And Captain Floyd says, I love breaking your streams. Yes, I can tell you sure do, my friend. That was way too much lore. I need mouthwash for my eyes. Yes, you need eye bleach, which you can buy at patreon.com/Michael J. Crawford. And Jerry, I sent you something on Skype. It's called X-Men Won't Work in the MCU, and here's why. When I get a chance in, I will check that one out. That's actually an interesting idea. Although I disagree. I think that mutants can work very well in the MCU, but if they do it right. Tom says, son of a bitch, Anti-Checker tried to steal my money. Indeed, I tried. And Mike says, I can't make it stop. Anti-Checker 2020. Yes, that is an accurate quote. Are you going to include the Christmas special? No. Anti-Checker, please pray with me that Hugh Jackman will return to the MCU as someone. Why? Look, Hugh Jackman is a fine actor. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any ill will, but I'm not going to pray that he becomes a character in the MCU any more than any other fine actor. Josh says, Star Wars Holiday Special would be a nice special that the Trek Yards Bird of Prey 5 could do together. That you, Trek Yards Bird of Prey 5 could do together. What, do like a roundtable review? That could be a possibility if you know, that would be, you know what would be a lot of fun. And Captain Foley, seriously consider this. I know we got plenty of time, but consider this. What about like a roundtable review of the holiday special on Thanksgiving? And like what we could do is each of us take a section of the holiday special and review just that section, and then we can put it together into a single video and release it on all three of our channels simultaneously. Just an idea. Star Wars Clone Wars is among the TV shows to have a pilot movie debut in cinemas. The other Power Rangers Turbo Power Rangers movie was distributed by what is now Disney-owned 20th Century Studios. Did not know that. I did, and what's also though interesting is that Battlestar Galactica, the original series, was actually a theatrical release as well. Would Fantastic Four work in the MCU? Absolutely. If they stick to what they've been doing with the MCU and use the Fantastic Four as they were in their prime. Don't try to modernize them and all that. And so, in fact, I think it should be the Invisible Girl, not the Invisible Woman. I think that they should do everything the way it was in the old school Fantastic Four. And I think the best way to bring them into the MCU is to have them time travel from 1964 to modern day. And that way you can bring them in and they don't have a clue as all the garbage that's gone on in the world. Bird of Prey 5 for the Canon Matters Party. That would make sense. Tim says, I'm prepping the volcano. Hugh Jackman is the best Wolverine. Ewok movies exist, and the Joe Biden for that thing. Well, yeah, Hugh Jackman is the best Wolverine on film. I'll grant you that much. Is he the best Wolverine? No, he's not Wolverine. He's just an actor that played Wolverine, and he did a moderately okay job in 2 of the 10 movies that he played Wolverine in. But don't get me wrong, I don't hate Hugh Jackman. I just don't think he was a good physical fit for the role, and most people don't understand that because most people don't realize that Wolverine is the shortest freaking X-Men.
Hello, world.
And Valor puts in $5. Thank you so much, Valor.
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
For everyone who keeps putting terrible line from Picard another naked law.
Man, you just want people to suffer, don't you? You truly do. All right, yeah, here you go. So you have been warned. You have been warned.
I may have a It's not clean. Repeat, I do not have a clean Take the bloody
Can't deny the music's awesome. Here it comes. Your dancing Sasquatch. Ah, yes. The suffering. All right. Back to gotta wrap things up. Richie says, are you co-hosting Murder Prey 5's Galaxy Quest for Watch Party tomorrow? I would love to. Unfortunately, I cannot. I will be at work. But I do really, really love that movie. Uncle Rivers says Wonder Woman was 84's push from August to October, 10 to push back 2 weeks. I guess movie studios have little faith in the theaters being fully open. Yeah, I think it's going to be a while before people are, honestly, maybe next year before the theaters are going to be packed again, and maybe longer than that. It'll be after a vaccine comes out, most likely. Daniel, I remember that you said you did not like the idea of Hugh Jackman being Wolverine in the early 2000s. Could you give us your reaction when you found... in early 2000, could you give us your reaction when you found out? Well, I didn't know who the heck he was. And so I didn't really have much of a reaction to the actor. But when I saw the first X-Men film, I thought that, well, that's not Wolverine. That's not Cyclops. That's not Storm. Who the heck are these people? Because they're not the X-Men. That was my reaction. That's an awesome idea about the holiday special review and trailer. Yes, definitely during the holidays. Yeah, that's the thing. It would definitely have to be a holiday review. But I do think it would be cool to divide it up between a few people and just like do segments and stuff. I think that's and then we put it together into one video that we all share. Let's see. Daniel says, a great way to bring in Tobey Maguire in MCU permanently. Have you heard of Ben Reilly? I don't want to bring Tobey Maguire into the MCU. I will bring the sweet potato casserole. All right, you can eat it too because I don't like sweet potatoes very much. Damn, you got a lid on it today. You're going to have to try harder for a rant. Sorry, Tim. I am just exhausted as all. Great music in the super chat. Poor graphics. Yeah, I've heard that quite a bit. Speaking of X-Men, the 1992 animated series introduced me to those Marvel characters. That was a great series. Not 100% accurate, but better than most. In the Spider-Verse movie, Madam Web brings Tobey Maguire movie from his universe. No, Daniel. I know you love Tobey Maguire, but no. That is done. It is dead. It is over. You need to update a super chat and Photoshop Foley and Bird into a couple of the dancing lures. That would be disturbing. Zachary is screaming, my eyes. Sorry, buddy. Marion, close your eyes. Don't look. Oh, that was good. You got me there. This is almost as bad as Runaway. Almost. Yes, not quite as bad as Runaway. Don't look, Ethel. Live Matthew says, I have not drunk enough to be okay with seeing naked lore, and I have been putting down a few to find good things in this short. I'm so sorry, Matthew. Yeah, you might need a couple more drinks. Just think, try not to think about the fact that Tilly is a traitor to the Federation in this. All right? Try not to think about that. Mortimer says, is that an alter ego of Lore Reloaded? No, that is Lore Reloaded. Jang says, so Madam Web, no, I don't want to talk, no. Madam Web, no Tom Holland gets Tobey Maguire, no. I think the Madam Web storyline is stupid, and I think bringing all the other Spider-Men together in the MCU would be a bad idea. That super chat is perfect punishment, though. I wonder if Bird of Prey 5 would like the lore Bond girl. Ooh, that's a good question. I have to strap Bird to his hospital bed and make him watch it 10 times and see if it has any effect. The Fox Kids series of the 90s introduced me to the X-Men. Well, I was introduced to the X-Men way back, but I get it. James says, together they save the day after Madam Web sends Tobey Maguire back to his universe. However, his blood remains in the MCU and someone we don't see collects his blood. No. Daniel, no. Just stop right there. No cloning. I don't care. No, I don't want it. I do not want it. I don't want it at all. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up.
Making your way with the nerds today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from hating JJ sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to just get laid? Sometimes you wanna go where all the Trekkies know your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be in a galaxy where Star Trek isn't lame. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Turds of a feather flock together, that's what we believe. We know a place that's got you covered.
LDG puts in a couple of bucks. Thank you, LD. I do truly appreciate it, even if it was a kind of a dick move. And let's see. So, watch the. We'll bring the anti-cam. I'm waiting for the announcement. Where's the announcement? We'll give it a minute. But we'll make the anti-cam a little bigger. There it is. Hello, world. Give it a minute.
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
Not getting away that fast, 21.
All right, so I'll play 21 in a minute. And by the way, welcome, Indy. By the way, I told Mrs. Antitrekker that you and her suffer from the same seizure disorder. And Pianodean is on a break. Hey, Pianodean, I hope you are making a buttload of money in tips right now. And so if you send all those tips to me right now, then I'll stay on through your break. See how it works? But what we're going to do, so I made the anti-cam a little bit bigger so you can see she has been soundly sleeping for a while. She has not moved in a while. So I'm going to see if I can actually pick up the treat bag without alerting her. So let's see. I'm going to reach over. See, that's just crazy. How does she do that? How does anybody... It's just crazy. I don't get it. I do not get it. All right, Auntie. Here you go. That's just... I'm at a loss. How is it that she wakes up that quickly? It's just bizarre. So anyway, it's just a thing. By the way, LDG loves DJ. Oh, are they a thing now? I didn't know. LD, you and the furry going at it hot and heavy now. That's good, I guess. She's staring at me now. Sorry, Crows. Sorry. Tim says, you said it yourself. She sleeps with her eyes open. She can see you. That's true. But no, but you see, here's the thing. She's on the other side of this desk that's over here. So she can't really see me. She definitely can't see where the bag is. So it's just got to be those ears. And I know that, you know, hounds have incredible sense of hearing. So, yeah. So she's very good at that. By the way, interesting thing too is that, and you can kind of see it here, the reflection was visible in her eyes, there it is that her eyes reflect back green, and I'm used to having pets that's eyes reflect back red, and I can't remember what, there's a meaning to that, but I don't remember what it is. But yes, dogs do have better hearing and smell. What Marvel characters do you want to see in the MCU? More than anything else, I do want the Fantastic Four. I truly want the Fantastic Four in the MCU. They are my absolute favorite comic. I have every issue of Fantastic Four from number 25 to the end of the run. And so I absolutely want them in there. And so that, yeah. And I want them done well. And Pianodean throws $4.99 in. Thank you so much, Dean. I do appreciate it.
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky.
Yo.
Although, come on. Now, I know you probably made 100 times that in tips tonight. So, you know, cheapskate. No, I'm just kidding. You know I love you, Dean. And thank you, my friend. I do truly appreciate it. Let me know when you're finishing your break so that I know that I can safely sign off without hurting your feelings. What, let's see. Textbook Pavlovian response. I'm not sure what Pavlovian means, but so the Fantastic Four is my absolute favorite, so I definitely want to see them. I do want to see the X-Men come into the MCU, but I want them to do it well. I think that the X-Men, I think what they should do, honestly, is to start having mutants just randomly pop up, and so that we can actually build the mutant problem. We can build up that, hey, for some reason, you know, people are being born with extra abilities, and you know, people start getting worried about that, and then we start getting into the Sokovian treaty and realize that, wow, we're going to start regulating people now, and we could get into a real Days of Future Past situation that could be freaking epic, and actually have Days of Future Past play out the way it did in the comics, where most of the Avengers and most of the heroes of the world are slaughtered by the Sentinels, and a small group have to basically save us. And so I think that would be awesome. That's what they need to do. Trekker Year says, hi. Mortimer says, for what time travel are you thinking of the Fab Four, Doctor Strange? What form of time travel? With the Fantastic Four, I'll get to that in just a second. Let me say this. Pianodean, since I don't know if you can hear this or not. I said you're a cheap bastard for only giving me $5 when I know you made more than that. Just kidding. Have a good one. And when you see this tomorrow, Pianodean, you will probably bust out laughing. Wolverine, a 13-year-old girl. Let's see. So Mortimer, as far as time travel, I would do it so where Reed Richards, I would change the original origin of the Fantastic Four only slightly. It would take place in 1964. They would be trying to build they were, you know, building his super secret rocket. The difference was they weren't just trying to be the first people in space. Reed wanted to actually get out to Mars. He was like thinking going to the moon is nothing. Where we really want to be is Mars. And so he decided to build a rocket that can go near the speed of light. And so they try to test the engines. There's a problem with the cosmic rays affecting the engines. Bad things happen. The engines actually go a little faster than he was expecting. And time dilation means that instead of returning to Earth a couple of days later like he was expecting, they end up returning to Earth in 2020. But then they also have the superpowers. So that's how I would do it. All right. Wolverine, a 13-year-old girl looking him in the eyes. The only actor with a statue I can think of would be Danny DeVito, short and stocky. Well, the thing is about Wolverine, you don't need to get a big-name actor. In fact, I would go out of my way to not have a big-name actor. I would try to get somebody nobody's heard of. And Wolverine doesn't have to be super-duper short. I think he's like around 5'2", 5'4". So he's short, but he's not like a dwarf. And so you could find someone that would fit that. Let's see. Renegade says, human eyes reflect red, but cats and dogs should reflect green or yellow due to tapetum lucidum. If you see red, usually an angle you're at, seeing the blood vessels in the past the tapetum. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Pianodean says, oh, I heard that. Well, then where's the money, buddy? Huh? Where's the cheddar? Where's the cheddar? So Reed is Elon Musk. Well, no, Reed was not doing it for capital venture. Reed was he was actually working with the government. But Reed is a pure scientist. So, yeah. And Reed is, you know, he's the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. I don't care what they say about some random new, you know, PC culture character that they came up with in the last few years. Reed is the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. Period. Or the smartest person. Let's be a little more PC. Pavlovian refers to the scientist Pavlov for feeding the dogs when he rang a bell. So after a while, they heard a bell. Every time they heard a bell, they would salivate. Okay. So how is my answer Pavlovian? Number one sci-fi asks, do you like the first two Terminator movies? Indeed, I do. In fact, to varying degrees, I actually like all the Terminators.
I got him!
And that's not a joke. I mean...
How Bridget Met Michael.
Even though, you know, obviously everything after Terminator 2 was pale by comparison, but there's fun to be found in pretty much every Terminator film. Meanwhile, Pianodean puts in $1.99, wants to know, how did the two of us meet? And of course, you don't give me the number because you're a jerk. So now I got to pull up the list. Hold on. And unless somebody puts it in the chat before I look it up. Antijoker.com. Come on, don't. And then someone's sending me messages. Probably because I was thinking I forgot. No, that's not sure what that is. Hold on. All right. And logging in. It's Nightbreeze says it's number 4. All right. Thank you. I'll take your word for it. Oh, you jerk. That's not number 4. Man, that's the last time I trust you. Wow. That was mean. Alright, let's see. Known super chats by number. How Mr. Miss Saint Trigger met? Number 8. Number 4. Oh, yeah. Yes. And that is the true story, by the way. So thank you, Pianodean. Even though you're a cheap bastard, I love you, my friend. Number 1. So yes, I do like all the Terminator films to a degree. Like even Dark Fate was, and in fact, I wouldn't even say. I would probably say Dark Fate's not even the worst Terminator film. But I do think that it should have ended with number 2 because there's just not that much more story to tell, or they should have gone in a totally different direction than they did. Malfi says, if X-Men comes to the MCU, do you think they should keep James McAvoy as Xavier? Definitely not. James McAvoy is a wonderful actor, but they should not keep any. They don't need to bring any of the actors over from the Fox X-Men property because then that will confuse people. And I know that sounds stupid, but it will. People will think, well, wait a minute, this is the same timeline as wait, what's going on? And they'll say, you know, where's whatever other character they're thinking of? Like, where's Magneto? Reed was so smart he forgot to invite Stanley to the wedding. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. Yes, but it was hilarious. Yes, it should have ended with Terminator 2 indeed. Robert says, wait, what? Reed Richards is smart. Reed Richards is smarter than Tony Stark, really? Yes, Reed Richards is smarter than Tony Stark. Reed Richards is the single most intelligent human being in the in the Marvel universe proper. That is until recent days when they said it's actually a 13-year-old girl because, you know, they don't want a man to be the smartest. Number one sci-fi, do you like the first two Alien movies? Well, funny you should ask. Similar to the Terminator movies, I like all the Alien movies to one extent or another. However, I do think the first two are by far the best, and just like the Terminator franchise, it probably should have ended at Aliens, or you should have gotten someone competent to do number 3. Boy, you bring up some interesting questions. I might, man, you're making me think about after if this Star Wars mega review goes well, maybe I'll have to do it for Terminator and Alien and stuff like that. Nightbreed says, I honestly thought it was 4. That's all right. I was just messing with you, my friend. Thomas says, watch what I said after the stream. All right, Thomas, but I do have to wrap it up pretty soon here. I don't want Mrs. Anchaker to get mad at me. Terminator is like Alien. Only the first 2 films are great. It's all downhill from there. I would agree with that. I think that is a fair assessment of both franchises. And it's kind of sad. It's all cash, man. Okay, so here's the deal, Pianodean. I understand. I know you get all cash, and that's awesome, and I hope that you are filling your pockets with cash. So tomorrow, you're going to go to the ATM and deposit all that cash and make sure that I get 10%. That's my cut, right? Do you like First Contact? As a film, yes. As a Star Trek film, no. I think the problem I have with First Contact are twofold. Primarily what they did to Picard. He didn't feel like he was Jean-Luc Picard. And what they did to the Borg. That was not the freaking Borg. And they ruined the Borg forevermore after that. Do you love Kurogan rom-coms? Never seen one. Do you like all the Nolan trilogy of Batman movies? Boy, you guys are asking me a lot of do you like questions all of a sudden. The Nolan trilogy I liked, didn't love. I think they're a little overrated, to be honest with you. I think that The Dark Knight, a lot of people think is one of the best superhero films of all time. I disagree. Because I know that Nolan was purposely trying to not make a superhero film. He was making a movie about a crazy man who dressed up as a bat. He wasn't trying to make Batman. And so that's why the Nolan Batman films were at the time the best Batman films we've ever seen, but we didn't truly get Batman in film until Ben Affleck. Did you see the Thing prequel? Yeah, it was garbage. Tim says, well, you and I agree with Alien and Terminator. You know what's interesting? Good chunk of the same actors were Aliens are also in Terminator. Yes, that's because Cameron. Do you like all the Barbie movies? No. Would you rather live in Kuroga or Portland? Oh, Portland in a heartbeat. At least I got friends and family in Portland. And while Portland is unfortunately become a cesspool of homeless, at least it's not, you know, they don't literally dump dead orphans in the streets. So it's not that bad. Did LDG get Super Chat number 21? Not yet. Do you like it with 2 women in bed with never, yeah, I'm not going there. Do you like the Charlie's Angels movies? If you're talking about the old school ones, the ones with, oh gosh, now I'm forgetting their names. Oh gosh. The chick that was Gertie in E.T., Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu, and I can't remember who the third angel was. I actually thought those were silly and fun. But as far as the last one that came out, didn't see it, not interested. Tim says, would you rather live in Kuroga or Chaz? Would I rather live in Kuroga or Chaz?
Borg. It is with cooking with the pork and the Borg. The guy with the cool, and we're gonna make the kelp. Here's bring out the kelp.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, the kelp, get it in the pot.
Get in the pot here.
And then we stir the kelp. That's a good kelp.
Okay.
Do you like the Die Hard movies? Yes, I've enjoyed the Die Hard movies, although I think that none of them compare to the first. I think the first is the only one that I would call a great movie. The rest have varying levels of fun, but yeah. Batman 89 and Batman Returns are my favorite Batman movies. I like Batman 89. I did not care for Batman Returns. I think it did go too dark in Batman Returns. But I think the best Batman we've seen on screen is, quite frankly, Batman v Superman. Did you like 21 Jump Street movie? Surprisingly, yes. Would you rather live in Karoga or Karoga? Neither. Do you hate Karoga or is that too kind? That is too kind. Who wins, Michael Burnham or Brie Larson's Captain Marvel? Oh, Michael Burnham easily. Did you like the Green Hornet movie? Yes, actually. I think that a lot of people hated on the movie because it wasn't, 100% serious, but it wasn't 100% zany. But I actually really enjoyed it. I thought Seth Rogen did a good job, and I can't remember the actor that played Kato, but he did good too. I actually, yes, I enjoyed that film. Do you consider Die Hard to be the greatest Christmas movie of all time? That's a tough one. Let's see. I don't know. I'd have to look at all the Christmas releases and compare, because I know there's at least one or two Star Trek movies that are considered Christmas releases. So yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that. Did you like Green Lantern? I think Green Lantern was not as bad as people make it out to be. It was not a great film by any stretch. It was watchable. And actually, the funny thing is, after talking to Darren, because I didn't follow Green Lantern in the comic books, but after talking to Darren about the character of Hal Jordan and everything, I think it was a surprisingly accurate rendition of Green Lantern. So, I don't think it was great by any chance, but by any stretch, but I think it was better than most people make it out to be. Was it a great superhero film? No. But I think that's where it suffered, because people were comparing it to, I think it was in the early MCU stuff, and it's like, yeah, this sucks because it's not Iron Man. That's not a fair comparison. That's like saying any sci-fi movie sucks because it's not Alien, right? Anyway, I do have to wrap it up. I'm late now, so have a good one, guys.
A place to get relief. Wouldn't you like to say me?
I did like Cowboys and Aliens, Zach. I actually did. I have.
Sometimes you wanna go where turn to stay.
I think Harrison Ford did a good job of that. Now Fleet Paw is going to stop me. Says, hey, Ed Tricker, do the ones griping about not enough edited content realize? Oh wait. And John D donated $. Well, thank you, John.
Don't get cocky.
Spin it, Spock.
I will play Spinning Spock in just a minute. And there's Fleet Paws.
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky.
Hey, do the ones griping about not enough edited content realize you don't do the channel full time and have a job? And John Cho played Kato.
Thank you, John Cho. Yeah, and he did a great job as Kato. Do they realize that I work full time? They don't care. And don't get me wrong, that's not even a criticism of them, because here's the thing, that when they subscribe to a channel, they want, if they enjoy the content, they want more content. And the problem is that unless the channel reaches a certain threshold, I can only produce so much on my own. And unfortunately, the situation with my knee and back have aggravated it and made it almost impossible for me to get anything done. And I get it. Is it my fault? No. But is it their fault? No. They want more content and they're entitled to it, but unfortunately I can't produce it. And so I think that they have a legit gripe, but I do think the way some of them put it, I'm not going to name any names, but I think that the way some of them put it was kind of uncouth, we'll just say. Anyway, so, but John DeMarco wants Spinning Spock. Here he comes.
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky.
to laugh. 15.
And okay, Wesley's in the house. Good to see you, Wes, and drops in a couple of bucks. By the way, Tim, no, see, I did answer. I answered by not answering. If I take 1,000,000 units of gamma radiation, will I turn into a big green rage monster? According to the 1970s, yes. According to the 2000s, no, you would get cancer. Wesley says, I'm in a bad mood. I need some laughs. Data, you got it, my friend. And Wes, I'm sorry you're in a bad mood, but shut up, Wesley.
Sir, we are being hailed.
On screen. What is your problem?
I am Lore.
Do you need help?
I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Lore Reloaded.
Let me guess, the rubber band broke, right?
I make YouTube go.
Yes, good old Lore Reloaded. Nightbreeze says, I enjoy the live streams because of the human connection. I do too, Nightbreeze, and don't get me wrong. The live streams will never go away. At least not as long as I'm doing this channel, because I love the human interaction with you. Even if super chatting was not a thing, even if I couldn't make a dime off of the live streams, I would still do it because I enjoy the heck out of it. I love hanging out with you guys. You guys are awesome. But I do have to be realistic about things. If I ever want the channel to grow to the point where I'm doing this full time, which is my ultimate goal, well, I've got to get it past 15,000 subs, and I've been sitting at 14.4 for a very long time. Although the one good thing is that my sub count has started to creep back up since YouTube has given me a positive rating now as far as the way that I review my own content. So hopefully that will turn around. But I am I am obviously starting to do reviews again, and they're gonna happen. And so yes, Trigun will come eventually, Wes, but that'll be after the Star Wars Mega review, and you know, so but it will come. And what do you? I have to see. Sweet Fly and Ancher, do you mean I have no Ancher, do you? You do you, man. I have no problem with the amount of content you produce. I lurk a lot, just don't super chat. That's cool, Fleetpaw, and I get that, and I love you guys. You know, I get a lot of support and a lot of love from you guys, but you know, as much as I love you guys, I do want to grow the channel, and I shouldn't just do live streams. And so that's a legit point. It really is. Renegade says, your live streams are the highlight of my Saturdays. Love hanging out with you guys, but I don't live stream on Saturday. Wow, now that hurts, Renegade. So you just like you. Hello, world. Wow.
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky!
And it's a tip at the wire, pick a funny dance disco thingy woot woot.
And thank you so much, Mexican Iron Man. Good to see you. My favorite Iron Man from Mexico. That is a 100% fact. That you are indeed my favorite Iron Man from Mexico. And Chrono says, Pal P is better. He means PayPal because that's how he says it. As far as when people donate to the channel, yeah, PayPal is better because of the fact that PayPal takes less. But you know, I still appreciate everything that people do. I mean, it makes a huge difference. And Renegade says, it's Saturday here in Australia. Oh, okay. Whew. You're making me worry, man. In that case, happy Saturday. Just remember, Australia is ahead of America. It's, well, only on the calendar, and that just means that Australia will collapse a day before America or something. That didn't sound right. Pick a funny dance disco thing, woot woot. So what's a funny dance disco thing? Well, the only funny dance... Actually, let's do this. Let's do...
Welcome to Karoga.
Hello world, it's me, Bird of Prey 5, and I have to say I am very proud of the fine people at Karoga's Fine University. And yes, it's called Fine University, or FU. And at FU, we have a great women's studies program. Just look at this professor educating a woman. Also, I wanted to let you know that Karoga cares about its citizens. Just look at this fine border wall. It's designed to protect the citizens, and there's no way anyone could ever get past this fence. Also, guys, check out my nice Jeep. I just love to drive all around in my Jeep and say hi to the guards around my palace, and also check out the great free housing for Karogan citizens. You know I'm in great shape too. Here's some footage of me driving my trusty Jeep around Karoga and hiking up a hill. I am such an athlete. Oh look, it's my good pal Abergam. Hi Abergam. And did I mention orphans? We have a great work program for the orphans. And the best part is that they can quit anytime they want and go into the private sector. Right? Here's a group quitting right now. I am done, so I'm ending the stream and eating dinner. Too bad Mamo Prey will not get to eat tonight. Maybe next week. Free Mamo Prey. She's already free.
Oh no, I'm not.
Someone says Thomas Box is going to try to get through that fence, but there's no way it would ever work. Not even a tank could get through our wall. Son of a bitch!
Yeah, and there's the best expression ever of Bird o' Prey 5. Alright guys, so thank you all. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Wrong button. So thank you all. I do truly appreciate it, but I do need to go. Mrs. Night Tricker is waiting, and we're gonna have dessert and watch something on TV and go to bed. But thank you all. You guys make my day every single day. And so I'm sorry that I can't live stream every day, but I got to be real. I got to focus on making videos so we can all grow together as a community. And that's what it's all about, my friends. We need to continue to grow as a community. And what we've done so far is so awesome. I mean, I love the fact that LDG has actually set up a Discord server just to try and keep up with when everybody is live streaming. Think about that for a minute. All right, guys, take it easy.
And all Karogans are to blame. You wanna be where you can see Karoga go up in flames. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
You son of a bitch, anti-tracker!